Animals of the Ark by Anne Vickers. Long, long ago in the far distant past, the storm clouds were black and the rain came down fast. There came a great flood and the rain wouldn't go. The animals panicked and ran to and fro. Then Noah came running and shouted,
"Oh my! If I don't build a boat, we are all going to die!"
So he built a big boat and called it the Ark, and managed to finish before it got dark. Then came the animals, 2 of each kind. The hares in a hurry, the monkeys behind. The hedgehogs are sleepy, the mice want to play. But Noah says,
"Hurry! We don't have all day!"
The birds flew in swiftly, their nests washed away. They came for a rest, but decided to stay. They fluff up their feathers to try and keep warm and huddle together to ride out the storm. 2 cranky camels called Clara and Clink live in the desert and like lots to drink. With humps on their backs and tangly coats, they are not very suited to going in boats. 2 dopey donkeys called Daisy and Drake. They mainly eat grass but prefer to eat cake. They have very big ears and rather sad eyes, but their tails come in handy for flicking off flies. 2 eager elephants, Ernie and Edie, exceedingly large but not very speedy. They run for the Ark when it's starting to pour, but Ernie cries, "Help! I've got stuck in the door!" The fish are quite frisky and swim alongside. They wonder what's happening but can't hitch a ride. They glide through the water and head out to sea in case they get eaten for somebody's tea. 2 goopy giraffes called Jilly and Giles have extra long legs and go running for miles. Their ears are quite pointed and their horns are quite small. There's only one problem, they're terribly tall. 2 happy hippos called Hippie and Hanks roll in the mud and are massive as tanks. Noah is watching and scratching his chin. Once on the gangplank, will they fall in? Millions of insects we mustn't forget. Most are quite tiny and don't like the wet. But some are quite hairy like spiders and such, and some have a sting so it's best not to touch. 2 jumpy jaguars, Julie and Jack, with fine furry coats which are spotted in black. They creep through the grass and keep out of sight, then pounce with a roar just to give you a fright. 2 kangaroos called Katie and Keith have very short arms and very long teeth. They leap on the Ark and land with a crunch on the rooftop where Noah is having lunch. 2 loopy lions called Len and Lorraine will eat you right up if you're out on the plain. To hide in the branches is quite a good wheeze, as lions are not suited for climbing up trees. 2 mini monkeys called Molly and Max swing through the treetops and travel in packs. Some are quite tiny and some are great apes, but they all like bananas and cherries and grapes. Noah is checking his list on the Ark to get all aboard before it gets dark. rushing around with his head in a spin. How in the world will he fit them all in? Oh, two orphan ostriches, Ollie and Una, not very bright, or they would have come sooner. With long skinny legs and a kick to be feared, they bury their heads in the sand when they're scared. P. Two placid pandas called Percy and Prue live out in China and feed on bamboo. Often quite sleepy, they cannot go fast. If they don't get a move on, the ark will sail past. Q. The animals queue as they wind through the trees. The water is rising right up to their knees. They push and they shove, but are told they must wait, as Noah is checking their names on a slate. R. Two rowdy rhinos called Rocky and Rose, each with a horn on the top of its nose. Wherever they go, they will cause some upsets. They are not recommended to take home as pets. S. Two scary snakes called Slither and Slide. If they dare misbehave, they'll be over the side. The weasels are worried, the ferrets take fright. The rabbits and hamsters keep all out of sight. T. Two tawny tigers called Tiggy and Ted. They get up at night when we go to bed. With very sharp claws and a black stripy coat, they live in the jungle and can't row a boat. U. Two unicorns lost in the mist. We all like to think they really exist. So if you believe they will visit your dreams, for not all in this world is quite what it seems. V. Two vandal vultures called Vinny and Vince, horrid to look at and not very nice. They fly from the shadows with frightening cries, like witches on broomstick who haunt the night skies. W. Two willy wolves called Wacky and Wills. They hunt in the forest and roam through the hills. As soon as it's dark, they are out on the prowl, and when the moon rises, they like a good howl. X. X is for extras they need on the ark, umbrellas and honey and things for the dark. With candles and muffins and turnips and Swedes, they have enough items to meet all their needs. Y. Two yellow yaks called Yves and Yvette live very high up in a place called Tibet. To arrive at the ark, they must run very fast and speed down the track so as not to be last. Z or Z. Two zippy zebras called Zoe and Zane, the last to arrive in the dark and the rain. They run up to the gangplank to cries of hooray! Then the anchor is raised and the ark sails away. Noah was happy. They all were now saved, as all the animals cheered him and waved. Many tales have been told of the beasts large and small, but the tale of the ark is the best of all. The end. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please subscribe and come back again.